Hey, so I wanted to make a small little video on how I feel about Kindle and Epic books on the tablet. So I made kind of like sort of a pros and cons sort of thing on each and what I feel about them. I'm going to start with the Kindle. We have been using the Kindle with the Kindle Unlimited for over a year now, maybe, well, probably longer. And we really enjoy it. My kids have downloaded all kinds of books and read all kinds of books. The one thing that I'm not a big fan of, I'll talk about the cons right now, is the browsing. So on the Kindle, you can basically look for anything. So you're not really able to filter your search for things that might not be appropriate for your kids to see or read. So that I'm not a big fan of. So let's just pick a book here that they have. Okay. All right. Not sure what these warnings are for. Okay, it's downloading. Yeah, so I find like with the Kindle, the browsing is not great. It's also, I mean, it's black and white, which is not the biggest. It never really stopped our kids from reading. It's not a big deal. However, with Epic books, I am finding a huge difference with having it in color. So another con is that you actually have to buy the Kindle. So, you know, you're spending roughly $80, I think it might be, or around $80 to buy a Kindle, and then you're getting your subscription. I do like that the battery lasts a really long time on a Kindle. They can read for weeks without it going dead. Also, there's a bigger selection for adult books and kid books. So if you're sharing a subscription and you wanted to sort of make it cheaper for the whole family, it's cheaper for that way. Yeah, and just the selection of books on the Kindle, I find that there's a lot of selection, but it's not always like the big names, like the popular books that the kids are really wanting to read. I mean, yes, there are some, but for the most part, yeah, so that's the way I feel about the Kindle. We still use it. I think I would definitely get a subscription again for the Kindle if it ended up going on sale for like 99 cents, like it has done in the past. Then I think for $1, it's worth it. But for $10 a month, I don't know. I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to take a look at Epic books. So this is on the tablet. So you can create a profile for both of your children, or all of your children on here. So if you choose one child, it's going to load up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it to you on my desktop computer, because you can have it on the tablet. But just to make it easier to look straight ahead, I'm going to do it right on the screen here. So these are the little tiny pets that they get. So when they read a certain amount of books, they get a little pet. So I do like that Epic Books has a sort of a game aspect to it, that you get something that's called My Buddy. And they have a library that you can just favorite the things. I forgot to mention on the Kindle, you can only have, I think it's like 5 or 10 books at a time. So you can't really favorite some books. So that's kind of a downside I found. What's nice here is that they have recommendations of what's for you. There's comics, there's videos, read to me. So if your child is just learning to read and you want the video to read to them and they can follow along, or if like an audiobook, you just kind of want to listen to an audiobook, or there's some videos too. So I really like how bright and interactive it is. It's really eye-catching for kids. I think it's really, really nice. And there's a lot of like popular titles. So they have like the Minecraft series, and they have, there's Captain Underpants, and some of the things that, the more popular titles, I guess. There is something I wanted to show you. I think you go to, is it Explore? Maybe I'm in Explore already. I'm used to it on the tablet, so maybe I should just go back on the tablet. Anyways, there's a section where it's, oh, there's mythology. a bunch of topics. So you can basically choose the topic. Like if your kids are really interested in cats, there's a cat category. So you can actually just pick cats and yeah, here it is. So you can actually gear the interest to your child so they can pick specific interests, or there's all interests. So you can see here it's in alphabetical order: adventure, airplanes, art. I won't read them all. You can see there's all different kinds of categories. So, I mean, even fabric crafts, there's my kid's favorite usually is the laugh out loud one. That's where you're going to find a lot of your Captain Underpants and things like that. But there's a lot of different categories. So even if you were doing like homeschooling and you wanted to learn about sharks, there's a bunch of books about sharks and snakes. And so, and it comes in different languages: Spanish, Chinese, French, and English. So yeah, I thought that was quite nice. Then there's so in the library of things that the kids favorited. So apparently one of my son's favorite books is Wild Game Recipes. That's kind of, it's funny. A lot of recipes actually. But yeah, so this little comic here, Super Potato, it's kind of silly, but the kids really like it and it's kind of funny. So I'm just going to show you how it reads. So if you were to, now on the tablet, you just flip like a page. It's really nice. But on here, it's just an arrow. So you just press the arrow. And so I'm just going to go back here. I want to try to find one that's a read to me so that you can, so you can see how that works. So we're just going to pick here, Running with the Wolves. So there's the play button down here.
Running with the Wolves, a Wolf Walker story. A note to parents and caregivers. Wolf Walker readers are designed to build confidence in the earliest of readers, relying on word repetition.
So, yeah, you can see that my son has already read 45 minutes today. So I think it's 20 minutes is to get your star. So once you get your star of 20 minutes, you, I can't remember now. I think something happens with your little furry creature, and you get coins or something. I can't really remember the incentive now, but I know that both of my kids are really excited when they get their full star of reading for the day. So I think that's good. My son that doesn't like reading has been reading epic books. Like we got it a few days ago and he hasn't put it down yet. So I think that's great. So if you have it on the read to me, it'll
Wolf walkers can turn into wolves.
And then you can fast forward or
is a wolf.
Yeah, and then you can have the highlight on as well. So if you want to turn off the highlight, you can do that. And there's zooming in and zooming out and full page. So yeah, I really like that. My kids aren't really big on the read to me, but I think there's definitely a group of kids that would enjoy that. Videos. So there's not a huge selection of videos. I mean, I don't think that you would come on here for video watching, but there are enough. Like there's a little bit more like in the educational side of things. I could definitely see myself using this for homeschooling. Yeah, if we were learning about a certain topic. I'm just going to click on one here and see.
New news! I'm Jessie, and you're watching Animal Wonders Montana. We love to give updates. Everything's changing every day. Sometimes we get new animals each week. Sometimes we have to say goodbye to animals. And both those things happened in the same week.
So yeah, I think that's a nice feature that they have. Anyhow, I just want to tell you I guess sort of the downside to epic books. There's not really a whole lot. I think one of them is that one is that you have a tablet and it's kind of heavy in the hands compared to the Kindle, which is really light and small. But if you can find a way to prop it up and see, this one here is kind of, the kids tell me a couple times that they find that this program is a little bit slower. So I think that if you were just to get out and then restart it, then maybe it'll go a little faster. We'll see. But so yeah, the tablet's a little heavy. Also, it drains battery a lot quicker than the Kindle. And the price, it's a little bit expensive. I think it's like $12 Canadian plus tax. So I think it's roughly $14. So it is a little bit on the more expensive side. But I feel like we have been buying books from Amazon at like $10 to $14 a book. So I think really, when you think about the price of one book and how much you're getting here for all these books, and if it's getting your kids reading like nonstop, then for my kids that weren't big readers, this is, well, actually Kai was. My oldest is not a big reader, but this is getting him reading. So I think there's definitely a group of people that will enjoy this. So yeah. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you a little bit about the two. It's not really that they're that comparable. It's what we've been using. So I'm comparing the two. I'm sure that there are lots of other sites that are doing similar things, and there might be things I'm not thinking of, but I'm just on top of mind, the things that we've noticed from the two. So we will continue to go with Epic Books for a little while. And I think that I will next year probably get a year-long subscription, so I don't have to worry about the monthly reoccurring fees, and just one shot and it's done for the year. I definitely can see the benefit from it after having it for only a few days. So, all right, thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful.